Here we have my 1987 conversion camper van that I just picked up for $1,500. When I'm going down the road, it seems like it shifts through 3 gears, but I never quite get that 4th gear, and I did look it up. It's supposed to be a 4-speed style transmission. So what's really helped me time and time again, you've seen me do it on my my Jeep over here, is if I lose overdrive, if I add this stop slip stuff, it goes a long way into helping with the valve body and the transmission get back to proper working order. But usually I always drain my fluid and add new transmission fluid and add the stop slip when I do this. But in this case, this transmission fluid in this van is just perfectly candy red. You know, it would just be a waste of fluid to dump it. It looks like it's been changed fairly recently within the last few years, not many miles put on it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I don't really want to waste all that fluid, so I kind of make this little siphon pump we're going to try out here. I just did it with kind of a pump that you'd put in an oil bottle to fill some sort of a differential fill hole or a manual transmission fill hole, something that's really hard to get to. But these siphon pumps come from, you can get them at O'Reilly's for about $7. So then I just added some vacuum tubing on it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the transmission dipstick out here, and we're going to feed this down into the bottom of the pan. It should go all the way down, and then I'm going to go ahead and get to pumping. And since we got 24 fluid ounces of oil here, I'm going to go ahead and use this bottle that I just found outside that has some graduations on it. So we'll fill this up to 24 ounces so that we know, you know, we're not overfilling our transmission. So anyway, we'll get after it, pull this dipstick out and get rolling. Okay, so I got the fluid brought up to the siphon pump here. So all I did was take my hose, and I want to push it all the way down until it stops, and that's when it hits the bottom of the transmission pan. And then with this system, I always, what was the advantage of this one being new is it was clean, and I went ahead and I just put my mouth on here and actually sucked this fluid up to this point. But from here, we'll go ahead and pump it up and out and fill up our bottle and keep on rolling. All right, as you see here, kind of difficult to do with one hand, but I'm just pumping away, and we're just going to fill this up to the 24 ounce mark. I used to use an old leaky electric fuel pump, but like with what we know with electric fuel pumps, they need to be mounted lower than your system and gravity fed. So obviously using it to suck fluid up and out burned it up pretty good, but it was old and leaky. But that's why I'm not using an electric pump, because if you were to spend the money to buy that, you would just destroy one really quick. And you can see here that once you get the fluid picked up to the plunger here, it's pretty quick process. So we're going to get this up to 24 fluid ounces and then get to adding our stop slip. Okay, once you reach the 24 ounces, you can go ahead and disconnect your siphon pump, and what that does is let all the fluid that's left in this tube drain back into your transmission pan so that you're not pulling out more than 24 fluid ounces. If you were to pull it out without disconnecting this, all this fluid would be still held in a vacuum, and it would also, the volume would come out with the tube. So that's not what you want. It'd be underfilled. So, and this is all assuming that your transmission is to the right level to start with. So anyway, we got all this done. We'll pull this tube out and we'll go ahead and add our Lucas stop slip now. Another great thing you can do with this siphon pump is once you've pumped your fluid out, you can go ahead and attach it to your canister and pump from the bottle back into the drain tube. Normal automatic transmission fluid will go down this dipstick tube pretty nice and easy, but this stop slip stuff is a lot more viscous, so if we can force it down in there, it's going to save us a lot of time. So another really good use of this hand pump siphon system. One quick note I want to make while you're pumping here, you want to go nice and slow. This is a pretty viscous fluid again, and you're trying to pump it through some very small piping. And if you really get to ram jamming on it really hard and not letting this plunger come all the way up, you know, it's just some plastic plungers in there, and they'll give a little bit and you'll suck air into your system, and it'll just take that much longer. So as you see here, we're taking our time, we're getting full stroke out of this piston, and we're not getting any cavitation into our pump. So we'll just keep like this until it's empty. This will probably take about you know, anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. It's a slow process, but it's better than trying to squirt it down through that little hole and get running it all down all over your engine. But find a good place to brace your tank, and then you know, you can just press it down with your palm and get all the fluid out and into your pan, and you should be good. So we're just about empty. All right, so now we got the Lucas stop slip in, we got the old stuff out. Now you don't want to get rid of this, you want to save it, because if your transmission level isn't right, you can go ahead and add this fluid right back in. It should be nice and clean if your container was clean. So you don't have to use a bottle like this. Is just what I had laying around that was junk. I'm gonna go ahead and dump this into a screw top type bottle, and I'll just keep it with this vehicle. And but the reason we measured this out is when you just send this stop slip alone down the fill tube, it's going to have a lot of crap in it for a little while, and it'll take about a day, 2 days for it to settle. So we know that we pulled 24 ounces out and we put 24 ounces in, so we should be all right. But after we drive it for a little bit, we'll go ahead and check the fluid level and add accordingly. But anyway, with that, we'll go ahead and we'll drive it around a little bit, let the stop slip cycle around the transmission. We'll take it out on the interstate and see if we're grabbing fourth gear now. But anyway, pretty easy job. That siphon pump really made things a lot easier. And again, I got that from your friendly neighborhood O'Reilly's. All right, so here we are with the van. Haven't started in a few days, so we'll go ahead and key her up here and see how she goes. There we go. All right, that old TBI system coming alive. So pull it out of its ice tomb here. All right, so here we are in the beautiful Iowa countryside, and we're gonna go ahead and take a little test hit on our transmission job. So already it shifts into drive and reverse a lot smoother, but let's count off the gears here. So that's one. Now we're in second. Now we're in third. So we should shift one more time. Now before, I was having issues where I wasn't grabbing my fourth gear. Let's stomp on it and see what she does. So we're in third. Okay, she just slipped right into fourth. How about that? So now we got all 4 gears. So getting that much closer to being able to take this thing camping. Now if we can just get an alignment in this dang thing so we can go straight down the road safely, we'll be in good shape. But pretty much, that's it. All right, here we are back again, and the van's grabbing all 4 gears now, so I'm pretty happy about that. I only had 3 gears before, so it was really winding out on the interstate and getting pretty bad gas mileage there. So I should see some good improvements. I want to mention that this Lucas stop slip isn't a fix-all for everything. You've seen me do it on the Jeep before, and just these old worn out and tired transmissions, it's always something that's good to try before you go ahead and rebuild them. I lost overdrive in my Jeep here about 40,000 miles ago, and I've just I added that Lucas stop slip and changed my oil in it, or my transmission fluid, and ever since then it's I'm still getting my 4th gear in that vehicle 50,000 miles later. So I'm hoping I get that out of this van. It's definitely, from all the towing it's done. It's towed a car, trailer, and a camper, so transmission's been beat on pretty good, but what little extra I can get out of it, I'm happy with.